My name is Mary Mudhoni. I am an entrepreneur. I run a school. The school is in Embu County. It is called St. Petrock Premier School. We are one of the rare schools that deal with character, attitude for excellence, because we are the home of excellence. I also run an organization called Women in Business Network. And Women in Business Network is basically a platform, as I've mentioned it, that caters for more than 1.2 million women and youth. And our key mandate purely is to get access to market for female entrepreneurs, access to finance, access to information, because without information, there's basically nowhere you can go. In Women in Business, we encourage women to expand on their market by providing them with new market access for their products. Access to information, which is very critical, whether it is information from government, from private sector, from development partners, from financial institutions, because if there is access to finance, then you need to provide them with where who is giving the money and at what percentage. Is it from the banks? Is it from the circles? And we have great joint engagements with most of those financial institutions. So it is basically giving the list of those who may wish to start banking with them and maybe getting credit from them. So that is purely Women in Business. The initiative Women in Business first is not business. For me, it is part of my CSR because I don't get my money from there. I only offer my services and I offer my skills. And we encourage other 47 women to do the same in their respective counties. Offer their services, offer their skills. But in the middle of all that, with the 1.2, I'm able to get 1 or 2 children for my school. You see, by simply just being part of the network, I'm able to get market for myself as an entrepreneur. And that is what we are encouraging, this power in unity. There is power in numbers. There is power in what you have at hand. So don't just sit at home and think that access to market will find you there, because Women in Business has said we are doing access to market or access to information. You got to come or go where the people are. Wake up, dress up and show up. So for me, the business of school, the business of education is a business of service lending. I mean service, offering services. And I offer the services of giving you teachers, qualified teachers, credible structures, you know, access to information in terms of the education system, and ensuring that your child is perfectly looked after. That's my business. Your business is to bring me the child and I take care of the rest. And that is why you pay me. You pay the fee. So I don't shy away saying that I am in the business of education, because that is my niche. You'll find that you remain at the shop and the men go to meet the president. So at the end of the day, it would be important to encourage the women that we can be at the forefront also to run our own companies when they are bankable equally, and also be able to be creative enough to come up with products that are sellable in the market. Point to note, women contribute in excess of 20 trillion in consumer spending every year, which is larger than China or Indian market. You see? So there's a lot for women, yet the percentages in those, the percentages in every sector who are women is still very low. That is globally. So if we do not encourage some of these things so that we ensure that the women come to the fore, we have various trainings and educational trainings that we line up every year, including financial literacy, branding and marketing, critical thinking, and more so creative arts or creative ideas that they may utilize to ensure that they are in the market. Even those who want to join the market, we are able to train them on how to make small artwork which they can sell to the market or make it more profitable for them in their shops, other than just aligning themselves in one area. We also partner with various agencies. We have partnered mostly with Bidco Africa. We are encouraging women to rear chicken, animals like cows, goats, sheep. If you have one and you give it the right feeds, then you're able to maybe sell it at a better price later, you know. And we have trainings going on across the counties at the moment as we speak. We have also partnered with people like CPF Africa. You know, COVID taught us a lot. And we learned the art of thinking about tomorrow. And if you do not have a pension scheme, if you're not employed, there are those who have the pension, then it is the high time for us entrepreneurs to take up a pension for a rainy day. Keep something little, even if it's 100 shillings per month, 100 shillings per day. It counts at the end of the day. The secret behind is purely numbers, getting numbers and giving them value. In every county, there's dynamism in every of them. There are those who are looking forward to maybe getting household items. For instance, if you know Hashi, they sell gas. How many people want to cook with gas? There are many. But how many of those women can afford to buy that cylinder? 5,000, 6,000 at a go. You see? It becomes, so it is upon us as a platform to ensure that we bring the services closer to people. And we can only do that through partnerships. We don't have the product ourselves. We are a platform. So we have all the companies that have all those products, and we encourage all of them. Come, we shall show you where the market is. Now, when you want to get sustainable, what we do as an organization is we go all out, like we have paid trainings. And paid trainings, they come in handy because the members will pay, or we get somebody to sponsor the members. When we get somebody to sponsor young people, then we are able to train them for free, and the institution still stands. We also have membership fee that everybody who wants to join is able to join using the membership fee. And if we are able to rake in that membership fee, it helps us in administrative affairs. Our team can be able to travel from one point to another to go and offer services. And that is purely our secret around that. Again, we also have partners who will come on board. If we are working with you and you extend a hand to us, like we are going to sponsor this meeting today, then it becomes very easy for us to run. Yeah. I think the place of a woman in society depends on the individual woman sometimes. Actually, most of the time. It depends on you. Who are you? What do you want to be? Where are you? Because if you have not decided to get empowered, you cannot move. Even if I bring all the money and everything, all the ideas, it won't work. So the place of a woman in this society, as you said, it's a catch-22. However, it depends on you as an individual. It is time that you rise up and use the creativity that you have. Don't just sit down and say how there's no money, how COVID has beaten us. You know, lamenting will not help anybody. It will not help me, neither will it help you. We closed our schools for a whole year. So if we sat down and started lamenting, instead of encouraging children to join Zoom so that you teach them, you know, where would we be? We would have closed all the schools, you see? So I think it rates from one individual to the other. And I want to encourage women to stop being the woye type every time. There are cases that are surely, we feel this case is desperate. But there are those cases, if you've gone to school, you have eyes, you have ears, you have hands, please wake up and work. And God has blessed you with a mind, with your body, your health. Please, just wake up. Let's join hands, you know? Let us join hands and let us walk the journey together. Biggest chunk of SMEs and MSMEs today are women and the youth, the startups, you know? And if you have such a big chunk, when there is pandemic, those are the worst hit. Remember, women are carers. We are the ones who take care of the sick. The number of women nurses in the country today is more than the male nurses. We are carers in the hospitals, carers in the at home. You see? Now you can imagine you're supposed to go and look for another source of income, and you still have to go home and take care of the children, maybe. Remember, there are mothers who leave their children in a kindergarten to go to work. So they drop them in the morning. The schools had closed for close to 1 year. Where did they take their children? What happened? So they carried either their children to the market at risk of even contracting COVID, you know, or leaving them unattended to, causing them a risk of being attacked by predators. There are people who rape children, young children today. So there are very many things that went through. Look, there was COVID. If you are coughing just a little, you would be told, go and test for COVID. You don't have that money to go and test for COVID. Your business has gone down. Your NHIF has run out because so you don't have a health care insurance. There are very many things that really happened and affected mostly the women who are in business because they don't have a formal employment. They employ themselves. So when that goes down, it really gets to the heart of each one of us, you know? And so to speak, this has gotten a ripple effect at the end of the day. Losing jobs, you know, there are those who lost jobs because if you're late 2-3 times because you are feeding your baby in the morning, you lose your job, you see? When it came to sizing of the companies, trust you me, most of those people who lost their jobs are women. The Mama Fua could not go to Kileleshwa, Lavington, Karen. It was that bad. So to speak, whether they were informal, in the informal sort of business or the formal one, it affected both. You do not even want to have employees come to your workplace, whether it is a shop or not. You're looking at them like it's gonna affect you in one way or another. So we are simply just picking up from those the pieces, and it can only get better. Yeah, we cannot stay where we are. Don't fall to the ground and stay there forever. You must wake up. You must rise up and say that the sun is up. Government recognized women in business during COVID because of the many things that we, and the effort that we had made to ensure that we help the people in the informal settlements. We imagined that the market woman is going to be most affected. You know, we have to eat. Whether we sleep or wake up, we have to eat. And that Mama Mboga there is the one who gives you sukuma wiki with her hands. So we figured out that if we do not do cleanliness in the marketplaces, give sanitizer at the marketplaces, then it becomes very hard for us to remain safe, even if you're living in Runda or whichever part of Nairobi, or even because it was across the country. If you're living in the urban areas or in the rural areas, you're eating from the same shop, you see? So that was one. I have been recognized equally as a person by the head of state. I have also been recognized by the Council of Governors as the devolution warrior. I tell you for a fact, I'm one of the people who gets excited when I see devolution. Otherwise, I would not be in business today. Because when devolution came, I imagined that the people who are employed in town, some of them may move up country and may want quality education for their children. And that is the space that we had to cover. We already have public schools and everything else, but we did not have, you know, until the devolved systems of government came, and it opened up the counties so much, and we saw the value and the goodness of being in the village. Eh? Yeah, I've also been recognized by a company in South Africa as one of the East Africa's most influential in business and government. I'm not sure I'll remember everything. I've sat in the board of the Chamber of Commerce as a national director, and the first and only elected woman. Wow. I hope we shall get more as the elections come by, because that would be a good growth for the organization, really. I think I have done community work most of my time, aside from my business, and I enjoy to impact the people near me. We have women who opened even supermarkets. As late as 2020, when we get opportunities from our partners, they take that opportunity and they are able to run and ensure that they are able to scale up. Without mentioning names, I can basically just say some of the amazing things that they have done. When you get an opportunity from a partner, you push it down to the women. Being able to help women to restart their businesses through business strategies, just changing a little and training them on how to pick up from that. We have also been able to connect quite a huge number of women to financial institutions to get some startup kitty, either to restart their businesses or to start themselves up. We have also been able to ensure that women have expanded on their businesses, and especially those who have small shops, giving them a bigger vision and ensuring that they open up like supermarkets. We have that. If you want, I should take you around. We have women, when we were given opportunity by Bidco on contractual farming, they planted sunflower, soya, and bamboo. The ones who planted sunflower and soya, they already harvested and they sold. We want to get 1 million women to the e-commerce marketplace, because what we realized when we are marketing or when we are pushing the women to the market, most people have gone online. They want food which can be delivered at their doorstep. They want items that can be bought from the supermarket and brought to my doorstep, because some people work from home. So we want to put 1 million women to the marketplace. Equally, we want to improve the number of registered businesses in Kenya. at least with 10% for the women to register their businesses. We need to see policies coming up to ensure that there is hope, there is future. I saw the other day when I attended the Women Enterprise Fund launch of the Widows Fund. I mean, it's part of giving us hope that even if you're a widow, we can also offer you something. You've not been forgotten. So we need to see more of that coming up from the government. We need to see more of that coming up from the different ministries, because there's always something to offer. There's always something for everybody, but the information may not have trickled down. I have the information that the Women Enterprise Fund, they have a product for widows. It's gotten to 1.2 million people at a glance. So in one way, and I can comfortably speak about it in front of the camera because I witnessed. If I have not witnessed, or if others have not witnessed, then it is very hard for information to trickle down. So my ask also is to government agencies and other agencies, would be important to utilize some of the associations, organizations that you have, like the Women in Business, to ensure that your information gets to the right people. When you're given an opportunity as a young person, do it like you'll never do it before. Ensure that you maximize on that opportunity. Somebody else will support you when you're hustling, when you're down there. We organize various events. We have CEOs, breakfast and dinners. We have expos and clinics. We have awards. And we also do Women in Business Mashinani. And Women in Business Mashinani are just basically educational meetings on the ground to ensure that we impact knowledge on the women who are down there to get to the level. And you can be very sure the biggest saver right now is the woman in Mashinani. And they save little by little. When we get 100 shillings in town, we just use it because we feel it's not money. You see, that 100, that 10 bob is very important. Come and we will show you how to save it. At the end of the year, you have something to give to your family.